Hey guys, techmadeezy, and a quick video on tips on things that I've learned. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about cutting heights. How low do you want to go? How high should you go at different times? And obviously being aware of some high points in your lawn and some damage you can do. Alright, here we go. Hey guys, so I wanted to throw in a bonus in this video. I want to go over a couple of tips on things that I've learned, and I hope you agree. And if you don't, hey, post a comment. But a couple of things. So number one, I don't drain my batteries fully. I actually let them go down to red if you have the older battery. As soon as it goes red, I take it out, I let it cool down for a couple of hours before I charge it, okay? If you have a newer battery with a fuel gauge, I let it go down to one of the bars. Again, and I do the same thing. So I don't drain my batteries completely. I always leave something in the tank. And when you buy these mowers and you get them new in the box, depending on how long they sit, they usually always have one or two bars. They don't ship you a drained battery. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, hey, where do you put these when you're not using them? I will tell you, never leave them in your shed because your shed usually gets very hot if it's the summertime. Your shed will also get very cold in the wintertime, okay? Same thing with a lot of garages. So if your garage is not, temperature controlled, I wouldn't do it. I'd bring it in the side. I'd put it in your basement somewhere. Do not expose batteries, any battery, to excessive heat or excessive cold, all right, as the plane is flying above us, all right? Don't get me wrong, when you're out using these, all right, the arc lithium technology is amazing. You know, the way this battery is shaped, there's a reason for it. The batteries are not on top of each other. They're arcing, okay? Again, I'm just talking about this specific battery in front of me. But make sure that when you're done, put your battery inside. Don't allow it to get exposed to excessive heat or excessive cold. All right? Don't make that mistake. It does, over time, damage the battery. All right? That's it. Just wanted to add that. If you have any questions, any comments, if just let me know. Post it in the comments. I'll continue on with this video. Thank you, guys. So guys, I want to share with you today a little bit about cutting heights. I don't really see too much on YouTube about this. And, right now it is the middle of October. And I am cutting my lawn down to a 3. Now let me tell you, 3 is the lowest I will cut this specific lawn down to. Look, it matters as far as how straight your lawn is, how many bumps you have, things like that. It also matters the season and the temperatures. Now, I'll tell you, there's certain parts of the lawn that are higher. So when you cut on a lower, you actually get to see, that you're obviously cutting lower in this area here because this area is actually raised. So there are areas that are going to be higher and lower. So be aware of that as far as your lawn's concerned. As I said, it is middle of October now. I can bring my lawn down to the lowest of a 3. Now, normally in the summer, I will have my lawn at least about a 5. And that was recently, So very hot days, you want to leave your lawn at a 5 or a 6. It really depends on what lawnmower you have. I have the Select Cut. I will leave it at a 5 or a 6. And, just to protect it from all that sun and that heat. The other thing you want to do too on very hot days is you want to definitely water once in a while. Okay? They say you want to have 1 inch of water a week. So don't overwater because you can cause issues. Okay? Now I'll go ahead and include my other video that I posted a couple of months ago about lawn tips and some things I've learned right up here if you want to check that out. But yeah, I use a Select Cut, the double blade, 56 volt, right, with the 7.5 amp hour battery. And I love it. It's a good mower. A 3 is definitely lower on this mower than my other mowers. But in the spring, you can leave your lawn a little shorter if you like. In the fall, you can leave your lawn as short, a little shorter if you like. But just be careful, as I said before, with some of the spots that you have that are raised. And then when you cut your lawn at that height, what happens is it digs in and causes damage. You can see here, this specific part of the lawn is a little higher, and so when I do a 3 here, it basically digs in a little too much. But it's a sacrifice, Make sure you're putting your fertilizer down. I would highly recommend getting on a Scott's program, where you're putting down, I believe, about 4 times a year. You're putting down stuff in the winter, in the spring. Sometimes it's early spring, late spring. I believe there's 2 treatments. There's a summer treatment. There is a late fall treatment. I can put those in the description, okay, along with the recommended times if that helps you. So look out in the description for that information, okay. But yeah, the lawn is right now growing, actually. Based off of the last feeding. So as you can see, I believe it looks pretty darn good for the most part. I basically fertilize and feed my lawn. Now, in the back with dogs, you want to be careful, all right? If you do put anything down, Scott's products are pretty safe, but I highly recommend that when you put it down, you're aware and you wet it in, and you keep your dog off of it for a good couple of hours. What I like doing is once the dog goes out in the morning and does her duty, I then do my treatments, and I leave her for 6 hours, 7 hours. She's usually pretty good. She's a big dog. She's got a bigger bladder. But yeah, So I hope it helped. If you have any questions, you have any comments, let me know. But definitely you want to go a little higher in the summertime on those hot days, and I say 75 and up, definitely leave your lawn higher. 90s, forget it. You definitely have to. You do have to water, but in the fall, depending on where you're at, in the spring, depending on where you're at, you can bring your lawn down a little shorter. Don't look at it as a job where if I cut it low, I won't have to cut it too much, because if you do that, then your lawn won't be healthy. Okay, you want your lawn to be thick. You want to put seed down once a year. Usually in the fall is the best time, depending on where you're located. Okay, you try not to put seed down in the spring, because if you put your seed down in the fall, it is going to grow in the fall, and it's definitely going to grow in the spring. And if you have any bare spots, I can always recommend, Scott has something called Easy Seed that has mulch and fertilizer in it. Really, really good stuff. Again, I'll put that in the description. I'll show you some screenshots and some things. And Scott's also has an app that you can download, and you put in your information, and then it'll recommend based off of your location and your weather what you want to do. All right? So guys, with that, I hope this helped in some way. Give us a thumbs up if you did. We appreciate it. Thumbs up helps the channel. If you're new to the channel, click on the Tech Made Easy logo that's going to show up in the upper right-hand corner. Once you do that, hit subscribe. Join the family. After that, click the bell so you'll get notified of new videos. I will also put some playlists here for you to check out. All right? But have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for hanging with me in Brooklyn.